All right, guys. So we're here with the podcast, episode 2. And I wanted to clarify about the live stream and the podcast and the difference between the two. The live stream is where everybody gets to come in on the live chat and talk and have fun and brotherhood and cut it up like we were doing last night. And you see, and push the envelope a little bit. And a little bit harder than what the podcast is. Because the podcast, we wanted it to be more structured and more, with the way that my brother does these things. So, I just wanted to get that out real quick at the first of the podcast to let everyone know this is a podcast. Last night's debacle was a live stream. And
Debacle.
Well, you know what I mean? I do those things on purpose, man. We got to push the envelope. Watch it burn. So, anyway, we were going to go over a few things with you guys today. And there are a few things to go. I said last night that stuff was getting, kind of boring and they had nothing to talk about. So what do?
Spice it up.
Yeah, they hit us with this guy. His name's Rayshard Brooks. And earlier this morning, and we got this off of Commander Rockwell's. Shout out to Rockwell, of course. And I asked if I could, and he said I could. So this is what we've got for you guys. So hit it.
Well, we're going to skim through. We're trying not to get showed. So we're going to skim through a little bit. But we are going to show because, so the narrative here is this guy was passed out drunk in, a Wendy's or some shit?
Yeah, in the drive-thru, man.
In the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Passed out, drinking, doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
So, in the beginning, I'm not going to show all this, but we will show the nitty-gritty. So anyway, they're talking to this guy. Pretty calm, pretty regular, seems like.
No, it seemed, okay. They were going standard textbook police stuff.
I think so.
Well, I watched the whole video, both cams, everything.
And what's interesting is his reaction, and I guess he's drunk
cool
or whatever.
Too.
Seems cool, right? Seems normal for a drunk.
Like, hey, man, I'm busted. I'm drunk.
I'm busted.
Yeah.
I'm busted. And then he was like compliant because they asked him, can we give you a breathalyzer? Which I think they have to ask. I don't quite understand that.
I don't know what that is, man. Maybe it's a Georgia thing because they don't ask here. They demand and they take you away.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. But anyway, and then...
I know. Well, you know me.
I know
me. You know me.
I know your whole take on this is that it's just completely fake,
fabricated. But okay, we'll just go along with the narrative that it's true because, like I always say, it doesn't matter anyway. They're gonna push this harder than hell.
I think that it has real world consequences.
That's right.
So, fake narrative or not, what I think about this footage is that it's very damning to Rayshard Brooks anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So. Fake or not, or real or not, it doesn't really matter because everything he does in this footage is like
leads up to the
execution.
I didn't want to say execution, and you did. Okay.
We might get showed for that, but let's see. So anyway, what was it? 310. So they're giving him notice that you're too drunk. You're public intoxication. We're taking you in.
Right.
Had too much to drink to be driving. So put your hands behind your back for me. Here, put your hands behind your back.
Everything's good.
Okay. So immediate resistance.
Right. Like as soon as he felt those cuffs.
But he was so cool up until this point.
Yeah.
But then some drunken realization came through.
Right.
And then he immediately, I don't know. This reaction is very off-putting to me, real or not. Hoax.
Just play like it's real. They are. Let's react to what we're seeing in real time.
What I'm seeing is not a show, but just a total 180 from how he was acting. What 20? How long is the video uncut? Or the whole thing?
The whole thing. I mean, Commander put it together, and I don't know how long the actual.
Okay, whatever.
I watched it though.
For minutes and minutes and minutes. He's totally fine.
Yes.
And then starts resisting in insane manner. Like, I'm not going to be able to show the whole thing, but if you watch, it's on Commander Rockwell's channel.
Live,
so
man.
So please watch it. Shout outs to Rockwell.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, he wiles out for a long time and then goes for tasers and stuff and is clearly struggling like really hard.
See how that taser, point up there with your clicker thing and look, they got a taser hanging out. The cop had a taser before that.
Well, he's got it now.
Yeah, I know, and he grabbed it. Whatever, man. You know me.
Okay.
They gave him the taser to use.
So we're going to show, because the only thing being talked about from this is that
the end result, right?
The end result, which is this. So what did we just see? We'll go back. He points that taser back at the officer, if you could see. So I mean, I don't know if that warrants being shot to death, but
I don't know. I guess it
if
does.
we're going with real narrative here,
Yeah.
I don't know if but everything that he's doing is incriminating, like really, really, really bad. The stuff that you would, I don't know, even if you were a white guy.
Let me tell you something. If I got in a fight right down here at the Wendy's, that we have one in town, and I got in a fight with 2 cops and did all what he did, when I did everything he did, and turned and took the taser and pointed at the cops,
Yeah.
I would expect to be shot.
I think so.
I'm sorry, I would.
I think so. Look, I see a
And
lot
not
of...
just because he's black, dude. I'm
No,
saying.
it has nothing to do with that.
That's right.
I mean, of course it does in this narrative, because
Well.
that's what they're pushing. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't see a whole lot of people getting away with this behavior.
No
ever.
way, dude.
It just... So, hoax or not, everything is incriminating against this Rayshard Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
But the narrative is definitely not going to be that. It's going to be, police escalation and how...
The police are, going overboard and all
I don't
that.
feel like it's overboard. Maybe he didn't deserve to be shot to death. I don't quite know how I feel about that. But, like, the idea here is that nothing he's doing in this video is okay.
No.
Public intox.
But do you see how the
resisting
black
arrest?
folks are going to say it's perfectly fine? Not all of them.
Well,
But-
it doesn't
but
matter, because-
the ones you see
hold
on
on.
TV are going to be screaming that Black Lives Matter.
Yes,
this
absolutely.
and that.
The narrative
What
won't
the
address this video. I would
Heck no.
imagine anyone that talks about it, Black Lives Matter. Wait, MLB. Sorry, we gotta.
MLB, my bad.
Whoa, he's gonna watch out for that. So anyway, MLB matters. This stuff, you have to be really cautious about how people react to something that they don't even research at all.
Right.
And for sure, without a doubt, that like all the people that discuss this, is the only takeaway is going to be that white officers shot down another black person. So interesting.
Right.
Interesting.
It goes along perfectly with my racial hoaxes and psyops narrative that I push.
Oh, look at this. The black lieutenant.
Oh no, he comes over and cucks out and tells his white officer that it was all good and that all he cares about was his safety. And
Really?
Oh yeah, dude, it's beautiful.
I want to watch the whole thing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they burned it down, but do not play this because he put a music over this.
I won't.
But yeah, there's the Wendy's. There's the end result, truly, guys. There it is, right there. Burning down of a Wendy's. And somebody said, Savage or somebody, whoever it was, said, man, how do you even burn down one of these places? They're made out of stone and concrete, and, he was like, dang, man, they are very, they're on it. When it comes to burning things down, they're getting better and better at it, which I have to agree. Of course, they've been having practice. Yeah, they're practicing.
I don't know.
They don't know how to build them, but they sure can burn the some bitches down.
It's funny how that works.
Mm-hmm. I always say that.
Was shot twice in the back.
Yeah,
See?
and there was
Look at that
3
headline.
shots that I heard. 2 of them hit him.
Yeah, but that's the narrative taken away.
Oh
from it.
yeah, see now. I'm
How
glad
many
you
more
did that.
protests will it take?
Oh, see, and nobody would watch the first part where the cop was cool as hell with him. That's why I say it's all an act, man. No cop acts like that. He would have slapped me in the face if I would have been like that. If I would have been drunk out in the street.
Not more than the cop actors is the Rayshard himself. Like I don't understand why his reaction to being handcuffed was like, I guess fight or flight. I guess
Maybe. Dude, whatever. That's why it's hard to be a cop or anybody that does bouncer work or skip tracing, going to get people, bounty hunters. They know that people can turn on a dime, man.
Well, they're the huge narrative now is that they're pushing for like way more stringent qualities and all this stuff to get into academies to become a police
Yeah,
officer.
and I agree with that. We don't need a bunch of Gestapo agents, on the streets
Oh,
pushing me around.
Here's the thing.
I don't mind if they push these black people.
all
I'm
these
just kidding.
all these dummies
jokes.
saying that we should get rid of the police force, they think that it'll be replaced by something like, I don't know, nicer. No, far
Well,
worse.
here's another thing. We got brothers that agree a lot with the German ways and all that and everything that went on in World War II, and I get
German
that.
ways.
The German ways, okay?
What does that
Let me tell you
mean?
guys something. It starts with the black people, and it starts with the low-rung people. And it ends up that you get the Gestapo shit on you. Because we all know who's behind this, guys. And who's really pushing it. It's the tribe. And those tribal members are going to end up jackbooting you. It won't be just the blacks. And it's happy to see, oh, yeah, you got shot. Oh, yeah, this happens to them. Ah, ha, 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 how funny. Flash forward, it's you and your family getting jacked in the middle of the street.
Well,
and that's a guarantee, brothers.
It's normalizing it. It's Like if this is shown constantly.
Well, they've been doing it forever. I have said, and I just got off talking to my uncle, and he's over here visiting you, of course. So I was out there smoking a cigarette, talking to him on the front porch of your house, and what is it that happens? He tells me, he's like, yeah, these tactics are being used and utilized, and that's what we don't need. And I said, don't you see, Unc? I said, back in 1993 in the Waco thing where they burned those people down, and they set the precedent then that, hey, if you go against it, we'll make up and say you're a child molester, you're a child marrier, make up all these things, and then burn the children down with you. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that, but my question is, like, don't they seem slower to react to squelch a lot of this? Why is it?
Because they're letting it. Okay.
Yeah, but why?
Okay, I've been thinking a lot about this. They want it to cook. Like whenever you cook a grenade, you're a gamer. Sometimes you could throw this shit out there real fast and it doesn't work.
Give
but
lots
if
of people
you
to
cook
react.
that shit, man,
give them no time to react.
Yeah, it's just when they hit us with what their reaction is going to be after we done all our stupid little reactions. When they hit us with their reaction, it'll be a cooked grenade.
Interesting.
Yeah, you better believe it, boys. Hey guys, the government reaction is coming. Whether you want it or like it or think it's good or you hate it, I don't care. It's coming. It always does, and it's going to be. Hell is coming, boys. Hell is coming. The government's not going to play around. You're going to see something. I mean, what do they do to those women and children? They rolled Bradley tanks up on the set, and hoax or not, whatever. They showed us, okay? They showed us on the TV, whether you buy it or you don't. Bradley tanks running up on the set, putting fire into the compound, burning those people up and killing 90+ people and a bunch of little kids. Okay? That's what's up. That on a big scale, nationwide. Watch.
Yeah, but
they're going to stop it at all costs.
I can't believe they're taking.
They create something. They have a reaction.
I get it.
Problem, reaction, solution. The problem is these blacks and others, whites, everybody doing this in. Not everybody. That's Cuckold Joe Rogan talk. This problem is paid protesters and black people thinking that it's all good, setting the new stages and the new narratives and directives for what racism is and what cops need to be. And these 13% are going to tell us everything in our white country. Man, I can't take it anymore. So Jack is about to just say forget it all and just move out like the Unabomber or whatever that guy's name was, Ted Kaczynski, and just out in the woods and be gone. I can't take it anymore. Everyone knows. I get people making videos for me. I get people talking about me and saying, man, why are you buying this? Look, I'm a white guy in this country, okay? I'm watching the TV and I'm not watching the TV. I'm listening to podcasts and I'm not listening to podcasts. Like you said up front, in the first 3 minutes of this podcast, the narrative is being set and you're wondering what's going to happen. And it's real world consequences to whatever lies are being said. And I had said in the video in game, I had told everybody that regardless of whether it was a hoax or fake or whatever, watch. It's not a hoax or fake. What happens? It's not going to be a hoax or fake. All the things that are going to happen, ramifications for everything we're seeing now in this summer of ridiculousness, boys. So take that for what it is and heed my warnings. I've been warning everyone. Even the people who didn't know me until just this year, but my family members know I've been warning them since, before they were ever born, that all this was going to happen. So, and way more than this. The guy who called 9/11 a week before it happened. I mean, it's not a joke.
This seems on that level.
It is,
but it seems slower. Why does it feel slower?
Watch that 9/11 one that I made. I explain why. That it's 9/11 in reverse. Ramifications, everything that came out afterwards. Now we're seeing it play out in real time. They're like, oh, nobody pays attention to the hoax, conspiracy, lunatic people like Jack Torrance anyway. So let's just push this narrative. Nobody's going to care. They're going to think they're crazy, like they did before, like they still do on 9/11. I could get people arguing with me about that right now, which is preposterous. And the JFK and everything. We still getting arguments over that. I'm about to drop it all, bro. Really. I'm about to drop it all. I'm serious. I'm not going to delete my channel, but I'm just going to, that'll be it for me. I'm about to be checked out on all this. Seriously, man. Right in the middle of whenever you needed me the most, I'll check out on you. Because why? Because it's up to you. Let's get it together. We have done that. We have proven that we could do that. People are getting together that wouldn't have otherwise gotten together, and now Jack did his job. I can fall back into the back, and that'll be it. You know what I mean? Because nobody really believes me. Nobody, look, they give me lip service. I'm not talking about my subs and my people I love and all. I'm talking about real people I talk to, in my life, real people.
Yeah.
They don't believe. There's still a wall that they put up that, oh, you're just that Jack Torrance jackass who...
There's a certain level of... so, like, I would
incredulity
imagine...
that's used with me, which is insane. You should be listening to what I'm saying. You know, people should understand that as disjointed as it is, there's truth there in that it needs to be analyzed and it needs to be thought of. And if they would have listened to my videos prior to this happening, they would have known that it was going to go down because I explained it perfectly in all those videos. Unbelievable. And then it went down, and now, you know, whatever though, whatever. It's just disheartening because we're getting showed and shadow banned and videos that show that they get 200-300 views right off the bat. And I don't care about subs. It's the views. It's the watch times. I need people to see this stuff and share it with others so they'll know. But it doesn't matter.
I think it comes with time. So like,
well, no, obviously, but no, I've seen channels take off and you know.
Yeah,
but then they're paid. You know, they're paid protesters.
There's a difference between like an algorithm.
No, they're
working against you
stuff,
and an algorithm working for you.
That's right, and our stuff's blocked, and that's too bad because this stuff could have helped if we could have, you know, white pilled and red pilled. Like I said, that's gay talk, but whatever.
Gay talk.
Well, whatever. Everybody uses it, so let's use it. You know, that's gay talk. The people who made up the red pill and the blue pill and all that.
In my opinion, all that means
that's Matrix stuff, and they turned into women. The Wachowski brothers are now the Wachowski sisters, so it's gay talk.
They're doing a movie.
Yeah, I'm not calling the people who use it gay. I'm saying the original people that made it up are homos. So that's why I say gay talk. I mean, I'm the most based human being on earth.
I mean, that kind of segues because I wanted to talk about The Last of Us because that's all about.
Oh, The Last of Us. Man, I've been wanting to talk about The Last of Us since all this went down. And I'm not even a gamer. But my son had such an adverse reaction to.
Oh, he didn't like it. Well, the thing is because it's out of nowhere, man. Like, the first game the narrative was incredible. And, like, everyone loved the characters and spent, 10 hours or something getting to know them. And you care about them a lot. And then the whole story of Last of Us 2 got leaked. Someone from within the company, they were talking about not paying them and doing all this crazy shit. And then the whole, it's like this safe space for, I don't know, trannies, I guess. Just progressive people, I suppose. But anyway, the narrative around the shop is if you don't agree with them, you're out. Like, you're just not allowed. Like, just leave, is basically. So this guy was disgruntled, not paid, promised, something about overtime. Because I don't know if you know this, but gaming companies, whenever it comes down to, like, the last... time. It's called... it's where they grind the hardest. Yeah, basically. But for months. I mean, almost... months. Yeah. So anyway, all this overtime not paid. So he just released a lot of the story, if not almost all of it, and then gave like video footage of what happens and stuff like that.
Minutes after it was leaked, because Trey is on it, man.
Yeah, well, yeah. I wish he was here.
Yeah.
But so anyway, yeah. So the next thing was the Last of Us 2 reviews. It's interesting that there was insane controversy about the narrative for the game. Oh, and I don't know if your subs play games or not. Should we spoiler warning if they care? Please don't play this game. Like,
no, they won't. They might look at it, But who wants to play as a transgender?
And you spoiled it. So the whole thing that kills.
I want to spoil it. It's
spoil worthy, but at the same time, it's something about ruining it for someone. I don't know. It ruins itself.
Blame me. I could care less.
Anyway, so that's the whole point, is that there's huge narrative or agenda. There's huge agenda to push towards gay acceptance, tranny acceptance, right. and it's not okay to be a white male. It's not okay to be.
Okay, I got this theory, and I may have brought it up. I don't know, but let me rehash it if I did. My theory is that over the years I've watched them build up sports and video games and any distraction and bread and circus they could, okay? Mm-hmm. They built those things, okay? And then I've watched them tear those same things down, okay? And there's a reason for that, because they're trying to take the will of the people away and all the hope and all the care they had, and they want to even take their bread and circuses away, so there'll be a captive audience for what we have now, so that they'll watch these Rayshard Brooks things and believe it. And instead of being on their baseball or basketball or whatever and their video games and every bread and circus they have, now there are millions and millions of people are watching Rayshard Brooks videos. And you see, they don't have anything else to do. So they're watching this. And this is how they bring in their new world order, guys. They break it down the way that they have. All you have to do is it's hard to do. to look over everything you've seen in the past 20, 30, 40 years and then bring it into focus and that's what I'm trying to do. And so when you hear me get angry and get mad and say I'll quit and rant like a little baby, that's just Jack's like total lack of yeah, right? I mean, come on.
Fight Club.
Of course, Fight Club.
I am Jack's total lack of surprise. Yeah. It sucks to be on that end of the spectrum where you see stuff all the time.
Oh no, my life is hellish.
And and then not only do people not believe you, but then they disagree or fight to uphold. It's pretty frustrating.
Oh, you don't know. Well, you do know, but other people have no idea, man. It drives me insane to have known all this stuff for literally 40 years plus and see it coming down the pipe, try to warn people, literally calling out massive events. And this has been proven over and over again that I do that. And to no avail. To no avail.
My question, you kind of touched on it. So you think that, tranny rights and all this narratives are what? In support of what? To build towards what?
Okay. I think, and personally, I just think that the people who control all this, the people that really are in power of data and the material that people get to see, they're weird, structured people, and they come from different place than your normal everyday 9-to-5er person or 7 to 3 people or whatever, right? They're not the same, and they go to clubs that anal sex is happening and crazy shit's happening, and this is not stuff that you would see at your local pub, man, when you went to go get a drink. Okay, this is real life shit that's happening, and it's happening everywhere, and they're trying to normalize that because they want their world to be hellish like that. They want their world to mirror what they feel, rather than the feelings that we feel, which is normal everyday people. Is just if you go to church or whatever, I don't want to bash Christians, and I don't want to bash Buddhists or pagans or whoever they are. I make it a point to not do that because whatever you guys have hope in is what you have hope in. And just because some other person doesn't agree with what you think doesn't mean, and they shouldn't try to trash that and take your hope away from you. Man, I can't stand that whenever people do that.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Let them find it on their own. Like you were saying, let people find it on their own. And if they...
I think if two truths are contradictory and you think yours is better, then it should stand on its own merit.
Yeah, let them decide.
Let them decide.
Right.
Like, put your best foot forward, and right. if it is truly the best, I don't know, take, whatever you want to call it.
Right. And then, we look, and my thing about getting it together was like, what's your take? Because this is mine. We can mix those takes, and you know what I mean, guys, and put them all into a huge thing, and everybody will get to read them, and it doesn't matter who's better. Who gives a fuck? Who's better? Who's right? Look, man, I get bested sometimes. It makes me grow. Whenever I get put down a peg or two, it makes Jack say, well, shit, man, that guy was better than me, or that woman, she knew more than me. And okay, fine, I got a lot to learn. I know that. I have tattooed on my arms nothing. Okay, that means in the end I know nothing. Everything that I think I know is absolutely nothing. So anyone who ever tries to call me out, know this: nobody's harder on Jack Torrance than Jack Torrance. Believe that. And so what I was talking about look, I want to bring that guy's name up, if you don't mind. Neil Druckmann.
Oh, Druck is the...
I know you were hesitant to do that, but bro, I want to put him on a blast.
Well, here's the thing, is we're actually very late to this because...
We are way late, but we wanted to talk about it too.
Because it's important. Like...
The post-apocalyptic talk, the bomb already dropped.
So, Neil Druckmann's the creative director for this game.
Tribal member.
Yeah, very clearly tribal
member.
So
Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, the Druckmann. So his effect is insane. Like the narrative that he's created within this company, it drove away half the staff, the creative staff, after the game was made.
See, you want to hear Jack's take on this? Total hoax. They put it out there to drum up their narrative. Straight up, the whole thing has been a big lie. They paid that guy to say what he said. They leaked that content. You see how I think everything's a hoax and a setup. Bullshit. They did that. That's what I think. I'll never be turned against it.
Because
Neil Druckmann, Diamond, September morning. Yeah, he came right in there to do what he did. He's a tribal member.
I couldn't possibly contemplate why he did this. This is slated to be one of the most anticipated games easily of the PS4.
Yeah, and they destroyed people's hearts when they did this.
Yeah, but that's what's insane. Is
Just
that,
like a lot of people who watch baseball and are like, or football, right? And the guy took the knee, right?
yeah.
And their rituals that I called out years
that
ago.
disintegrated. Like they dropped in viewership. Like it was
It's gone, bro. I haven't watched a game since the dude took a knee.
I mean,
I wasn't watching much anyway, because I don't watch, people playing with footballs on the field and shit. I don't do that anymore. I'll play it, but I don't. I used to play it, but we're not going to be watching it. I don't want to watch millionaires talk about how bad their lives are. Shit.
it's hard.
Come to work with me and then talk to me about how bad your life is.
No, that brings up
little
another point, because I was working today, and I had do you have like a routine that you work like midday? Because I have like these horrible crashes throughout the day.
Well, do you drink energy drinks?
Yeah, that's exactly.
See, that's why you're crashing. You can't do that.
But it's the only thing that even gets me
going. Coffee.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I drink coffee.
I'm not a big coffee guy.
Well, get into it. That's why. Look, boomers drink coffee for a reason, because they can't drink those energy drinks because it'll make them have a heart attack. So we can't be doing that. So I drink coffee instead, and it'll get you rattled, and it won't crash you.
Yeah, but drinking hot coffee, dude. I'm in
the middle of the day. It'll cool
it's
you
96 degrees outside. Yeah. It's 120, 130 in the attics.
Oh yeah.
It
I know.
sucks, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
It's treacherous.
Yeah.
So
you just need to be drinking gallons of water.
No, I do, but it's hard. It's hard to because we don't have time to eat. We don't have. I don't know.
It's just really rough on you, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, no, guys, put in the comments your daily. We got a lot of workers, a lot of beasts, and beast of burden, as it were. So you beasts of burden, please leave your daily routine for my brother. He works super hard in the attics, and it's so hot in there. And I used to do that as a younger man when I was his age. Going up and doing those things, and I still do occasionally, but not, in a commercial place, in a commercial setting, and it's hard on me. And so I can't even imagine doing it day in, day out like that. And some of you guys do that. So what is your trick? What is your thing? I tell him coffee. He doesn't like coffee. But there's other things.
I mean, it's not I'm not totally adverse to the idea of coffee. I just think that it might not be the fucking right way, because I don't know.
Right, I get you. No, and we just asked these guys, and believe me, they will let us know what they do. Their little routine.
Well, you never said what you do. You just do coffee?
Well, no. Okay, what I do is I drink the coffee in the morning and get my amp up, right? And if I have to, if I really feel like I need to, I'll get a little tiny Red Bull and drink it early though. Because that way, once after I eat lunch, which you can pick up something to eat, man, even if it's just a sandwich or a burrito or whatever it is. And when you're picking up your your coffee in the morning or whatever, pick up one of those little burritos. Cook that sucker and eat it at about 11 or 12 and get yourself through the day, bro. Give yourself that energy. The reason you're crashing is because there's nothing in your gut, and there's, all you've done is washed it down with water for 3 or 4 hours, and there's nothing there, and it's hard to eat whenever you're hot like that, but you just got to push it in there so you can last. Otherwise, you're going to, it's going to be a detriment to you.
I mean, it already is.
Yeah.
The whole fucking hour drive thing kills me, dude, because, if I eat or get ready, then I have an hour to sit on it. I don't know. And then, not to mention, it's not like we just go straight to the job. There's lots of, in the morning we get prepared and do all this shit.
Sure.
So, 2 hours before I actually get to start working. And so then some of our days are 12, 14 hours?
Uh-huh.
So,
yeah.
How the fuck am I supposed to last an hour or 14?
Wow.
I don't know how to replenish. It's just not
Yeah,
possible.
I see what you're saying.
Water can only do so much, is what I'm saying.
Well, and you also flush a lot of the nutrients and vitamins out of your system whenever you do drink a lot of water. So that's detrimental to you too. You might need to supplement yourself with vitamins.
You know what? What was that shit he used to take? Simon, this guy I worked with, he took kratom. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, some the brothers have been telling me about it. Apparently, it's really good for people who were addicted to opioids and things of that nature, because if you take kratom, it'll take your pain away. I've never taken it.
See, that's what
some
he
kind
said.
Of powder, and they press it into pills.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And the government hates it.
He used to take spoonfuls of it, dude.
See, I don't know about that.
He was a beast.
Yeah.
I don't know how he... Imagine, you ever seen the cinnamon challenge? People take fucking dry cinnamon and try to swallow it, and it kills them. Yeah, he used to do that with kratom.
Kratom, dude. I don't know. I mean,
He's a beast.
Apparently it's a plant, and it's just ground up.
No, yeah, it's tea leaves or some shit.
But of course the government would hate that. They want
it's
your
illegal
full
here
synthetic.
In Arkansas.
Yeah, they want full synthetic opioids for you and your family. To get you addicted to it, and then give you a way out of it later. So of course, no, kratom should be sold in every corner drugstore and every.
It's amazing, land of the free, but you can't do fucking anything.
Oh,
you can't
this is
do
the land of the fee and the home of the slave. Shit,
true.
been saying that shit for decades.
It's amazing that we love to live here.
I love it because it's still better than everywhere else. Well, look, I say that I've never been anywhere else.
Well,
We've been to Mexico.
Tijuana.
I've been down there. I saw that. I'd rather live here than there.
Yeah,
now the
I can agree with
Canadians
that.
have it pretty good. They used to until they got flooded with diversity.
Kind of cuckold. I don't know.
Well, they wouldn't be cuckolded if there wasn't anything but whites there. I think people miss that point. Our Western countries were a place where whites ran away to have their own thing, and then, of course, cuckold whites let these people come in, which, diversity is our strength, Oh, God. And then, of course, man, there would be no racism if there weren't anything but whites. We'd fight amongst ourselves, and that's fine. We've been doing it for centuries.
Yeah, that old. There was a test or something where the blue-eyed people versus the brown-eyed people of a classroom. So that shit happens still.
Who cares? It was between whites. Let them do whatever they want.
But that doesn't make any sense. So it's the same thing. Just
no, it's not. Because in the end of the day, I don't have to. If I'm talking to a white person, then it is what it is. If I'm talking to a black person, he could go sue me. He could go and have things back on me and tell other people. And you put Twitter posts up from 13 years ago or however long it's been on, and you'll get fired from your job today for it because if a black person brings it up. You see, fuck all that. Man, diversity is to our detriment. Sorry. But then I see what you're saying. If we had a white ethos state and everybody moved to Idaho, we would just start infighting there, after it was all good for a while. We'd start fighting each other again. Is that what you're saying?
What's the happiest country on earth?
Switzerland.
Is it?
You never hear any problems from them.
Is it Switzerland?
I think so.
This might be fake. We don't know.
Well, that's all right.
UN's International Day of
Begley
Happiness.
Bloom. Laura Begley
Finland.
Bloom. It's probably... Finland, huh? Well, as soon as they get their diversity up there, they won't be very happy anymore.
Denmark is second. Switzerland's third.
Yeah.
So all these
Nordic countries.
Yeah.
Of course they're happy.
Fucking Vikings.
Yeah. Well, and they're trying to show that those Vikings are cucked, but I'm not buying it. It's just like, I am not buying that those men and women...
What's the least happiest?
Apparently America.
Our state. Least happiest country in the world. Afghanistan. I can believe that.
No doubt.
I can believe that one.
Look, and listen to this. Black people and people of color will tell you that every single one of those is where white people went. They'll blame it on us.
Black people say that?
Yeah, they'll say the reason why anybody, I said people of color, they're gonna say, well, Afghanistan's bad because you guys have been warring in it. White folks have been warring in it for the past 1,000 years or whatever. They're gonna tell you that.
I thought I was gonna play something.
Oh God.
What does being the world's happiest country mean during a pandemic?
I don't either. But listen, I think we've talked enough. We don't even have to discuss anything else unless
No, I don't have any really closing thoughts or anything.
No, do you not?
I always want to keep the podcast kind of light.
Mm-hmm.
The live streams can be
Whatever
way
they are.
harder.
Yeah.
But I also want to incorporate. So we got to get you better at talking to chat directly, like interacting with chat directly.
Right. And I had an idea, and I ran it past some of my brothers, and we're gonna try to implement that plan next week. So.
Cool.
That will happen, and we'll bring Trey in, and he can just sit there. Yeah,
Why
he
is he not
needs
here?
to be in on
I'm
this.
sick of your shit, Trey.
Right.
Get in on it.
Okay? And so for the live stream, we'll have tech guy Daniel that holds it down. We'll have Trey talking about what are the triggers in the chat that I need to talk about. And then we'll have me. Yeah, and then we'll have me. No, because I want it to be more fair,
No, I get what you're saying.
I know I hate
It's
that
just
bad
funny.
syntax, more fire, but whatever. I want it to be fair, okay? And I don't want to just talk over everyone,
I'll set up Discord, and we'll get some, if people are willing, we'll get some live debates.
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Well,
Or at
we
least
already have a
discussion.
Discord set up, so it's all good.
Well, then we'll incorporate that in the next
Yeah, I'm
live
going to
stream.
talk to the brothers about that. We had just set that up. Savage
Cool.
did.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's brand new, and we wouldn't...
It takes a little while to get the kinks.
Well, yeah, because it's by invite only, and we don't... Yeah, so, I don't want just to be...
Discord-
free for all chat room where a bunch of people hang out.
No, you're misunderstanding. So you can use Discord as just as a phone. Like
Sure.
So-
I'm learning about it too.
No, I'm not saying like. Of course, you can have a Discord server, and then that's private or whatever the hell you want to do with it.
Right.
What I'm saying is if anyone has the app, you can just talk to them. So if they come into our live stream on Sunday and and are up
hey,
for,
can we put that up on the screen here and show the Discord thing? Not now. I'm saying whenever we do the live stream.
Yes, of course.
Okay, but then, okay. See, I'm a boomer. I don't know. I have to ask.
Yeah. And the other thing that I wanted to run past you guys, I talked to who was it, Post, and I kind of want to do. I get that all your subs are on YouTube, so
Swamp.
That kind of what?
Was it Swamp or Post that you talked to?
I want to say it was Post. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, on the live chat last
all I'm talking about is that I would like to try to do this on Twitch because I'm way more familiar with Twitch's how it works.
But see, my people are like, look, the
They're
reason
on
that
YouTube.
YouTube is used is because it's so simple and it's so boomer friendly and everyone knows it and we can. That's why.
Okay.
Listen, if we want to do this on multiple platforms, it's going to end up having to happen anyway. So
Maybe down the road.
Yeah, if Jackie Jack don't quit, that was a joke, guys. I'm not going to quit. Sometimes Jack gets very, very disheartened though, because. But anyway, I think we should probably call it a day.
After saying that we never quit, we're going to call it quits.
That's right. That's the best way to do it, buddy.
See you guys next time.